Hi there, my name is Isaac Charles Anderson. I'd like to give you a brief background of who I am, how I got here, and follow that up with a brief insight into some of my research objectives. So, I am a current second year medical student at Wayne State University, which is located in my hometown of Detroit, Michigan. I earned my Bachelor of Science degree back in 2012 in a program that I actually developed at the University of Michigan in astrophysics, astrobiology, and evolutionary developmental bio. I also have a minor in paleontology, just because I like dinosaurs. Um, what else? Before deciding to pursue the medical route, I worked for about 5 years at NSF International. My last position being as a project manager for the Applied Research Center, where I had the privilege of aiding in the development and later management of private and government sector regulatory compliances. Most notably would be probably the state-funded project interested in further investigating the chemical and microbiological implications of the Flint water crisis. So throughout this time, I was able to pursue and obtain my master's degree, and that is in molecular and cellular biology with a focus in bacterial and viral pathogenesis. So while I always knew I wanted to work in the intersections of space sciences, biology, ethics, and human medicine, it was around that point when I was getting my master's degree that I decided to definitively obtain my medical degree to pursue aerospace medicine as a career. What I realized early in my academic and career trajectory back in 2008 was that in the space of astrobiology, which wasn't really a household name, not that it is now, but it was less known back then, was that I had one of two routes, either private or academic industries. And I also realized that not too many folks were focused on the human aspect. A lot of people were engineers and physicists looking at how we can get to those places, the next star, the next moon, planet, etc. Whereas my question was, well, what about the people? What about the folks that are in those environments? And how do we keep those folks safe? And so one question that I had was, what does it mean for the human body and mind to be in the space for an extended period of time? And so I gained insight through different astrobiology research studies at U of M, like using deep sea hydrothermal vent ecosystems to approximate the possibilities of extraterrestrial life, and looking at water molecule formation in interstellar gases. Those and many other studies that I've been a part of in some way, shape, or form help lay a foundation that would serve as a standpoint from which I could begin to develop my own ideas and hypotheses. I'm hoping that this current project will help elucidate some of the mysteries surrounding people in space. For example, why, when the human body is exposed to low Earth orbit for an extended period of time, it begins to essentially break down or weaken, whereas several bugs, Staph aureus being prime example, and a resident to our own biosphere, appears to increase in what we call virulence factors. Basically, it's increasing in its defense mechanisms for survival. And one of the foremost questions that I have, one is what happens when you put those two things together, the human body with its microbiome, in one space, and then two, and more importantly, arguably, how can we, using our knowledge of human medicine, space sciences, and microbiology, develop creative and innovative solutions to mitigate risk involved with future spaceflight. So, kind of lofty goals, but it's been my dream that's been decades in the making, and I would love all the more to have the honor to represent so many marginalized communities through my participation in Astronaut. I am a proud, gay, African-American male who many may argue had the stacks stacked against him, especially growing up in an impoverished environment. I have been and continue to be steadfast in my determination to beat the odds and always challenge the status quo. And in doing so, I hope to change the conversations amongst our communities and the landscapes that we all must navigate to achieve greater and higher ambitions. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I would love to chat more.